If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you will hardly believe your eyes. 'Cause every train there ever was will gather here today, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Monday Club. Of course, it's Monday, it's 7 PM UK time, and that can only mean one thing, the Monday Club. It's great to see you all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm just moving my chair around. Now, the Cupboard Monkey has just appeared with a bag of goodies, and it chinked. Now, I did say to the Cupboard Monkey, no alcohol tonight, but she probably hasn't listened at all. The fact that, what have you bought? You've got to show people this. The weird device. It looks like
a flying bottle opener.
It looks like a person with like. Oh.
It's Bertie, the flying bottle opener.
Is it?
Everyone say hello, Bertie.
All right. Hello, Bertie. But look, it's great.
You said hello to a bottle opener.
Oh, shut up. Right, let's see who's in the house. Right, I'm just going to scroll back a bit, so try not to miss anybody. Chris's Trains, Peter Reed, Flymo Chairman 1. Ham Shackleton, Simon Trains MRS, Copperberg. I said no alcohol.
We'll have a look on the front of it then.
Alcohol free, I'll take it. Clive Cobalt, Martin Hares, Leslie Gilbert, Jay Lyon, Ben Tullett, North End Sidings Model Railway, Tony Wright, Hythe Kent, North End, I've had that, Gronkston Model Railway, Manthony 1956, great to see you. Catton Park Junction, good evening to you. Putnam Junction, Patrick Ling, James Petts, Vobert Becking, Gordon Hanning, Tony Simmons, Southern Train Girl 57305, Northern Princess, George Botterini, great to see you in as well. Ben Davis and
Chin Chin.
Oh, sorry, Chin Chin.
Just grabbing them. You're so thirsty. You're grabbing all the bottles.
No, I'm trying to name check the people.
Peter Reed says, I always tell my wife, so proud when you give me a shout out, Jenny.
Robert Ward, Southern Train Girl, Matthew Hobbs, Lifestyle Unleashed, Bang Got You Junction, Carl Braun, B. Mozer, thank you ever so much as well for sending over the Where's It Gone. Just coming round behind me, you will see the Hornby Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class coach is doing the rounds. I've actually found a way of connecting it to regular wagons, so thank you ever so much for sending that in. I have actually filmed a full review on this because I know there's a lot of people who really want to see the lowdown on this model, which has come out, which was kind of a late announcement for the centenary year following on from the Stephenson's rocket. I know a lot of you who've ordered them managed to get hold of them because there has been a few shops which either haven't been able to fully fulfill their pre-orders or for whatever reason are no longer able to supply any. But really, really grateful to Brian at 247 Developments for sending that over. I filmed the review. That's going to be not this Wednesday's review, but the Wednesday after is what the plan is for that. Now let's just check out the beverage of choice.
She's going to crack the whip later and make me edit it.
Refreshing.
Lifestyle Unleashed says, hi Jenny and Zoe, did my press release reach you?
Did you send it on the I did.
If you send it to Jenny's emails, it gets through. If you send it to mine, it gets lost in the barrage. I have 21,700 unread emails.
I know,
barraged.
Well, yeah, but hold on. You'll have to check my emails. If it came through I think it came through on Messenger because I have seen it. The only problem is that it's a little bit tricky at the moment to do stuff that comes to my Messenger whilst we're on air.
Oh yeah.
So the best thing to do is to send it with the heading for the Monday Club to zoe@zoerobinson.com, and that'll make sure it gets through. And that is also the address if you want to send through the URL. Don't attach the video to the.
But can we also remember that if it doesn't specifically say Monday Club or I can identify you personally, you will get lost in my emails. Like I said, I used to be a politician, and one of the tactics that the opposition tends to use, because it's a very effective tactic, is to put your address on the various spam lists. Mm-hmm. Now, opposition politicians won't do that, and the core opposition activists won't, But the average person who likes them but doesn't like you,
The idiots.
they will.
What
They
she's-
will do it.
What she's trying to say is the idiots.
Yeah, so I ended up with 21,700 unread messages, and now I can't find anything.
Right, anyway, let's continue the name checking. Jay Lion, Matty Matman, Nuts and Bolts 77, Hayden Warropay, George, who's had his steak. Oh, that does sound nice. Darren Mould,
But the
Peter
stakes
Reed,
high.
Ben Davis, Chris Clegg, Paul Gorton, J. Paul Anderson, McBenman 1, Silver Band, Whamgok, J94, who actually reminds me about the Rapido announcements. We will talk about that in a moment. Crossways Point Junction, Chris Hale's Heritage Railway, the Spook DeVille. It's my model railway. I'm probably reading out quite a few twice, but I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss anybody out. John Morgans, who says, is it really Monday again already? Where did that week go?
It just flies, doesn't it?
It does. So, Hal McLean, Robert Woodhouse, I think Matt Ovell, not sure if we were already announced you, Rachel Houston, John PW22, Mark Holt, Evading Grid, George Botterini as well. So, a big welcome to you. I'm actually caught up there.
I found it.
Right, the Cupboard Monkey has found it, so we will be bringing that up as well.
Would you like to talk about it? I'll just turn the
Oh,
little
excuse me.
monitor round here for you.
Right, so this has come from Lifestyle Unleashed, also known as Enwin's 3D. So its Enwin's 3D models have been very busy preparing new models and products to coincide with the launch of their new website in time for the new year. They're going to be launching a new locomotive body every month. Actually, that's quite a release schedule.
Wow.
Starting now in December with the Wigan Coal and Iron Company's 060 Lindsay lookalike, or Wigan 060 for short. And they've sent in a video. We will play that video a little bit later on in the stream.
Once I've had a minute to put it up on the screen.
These are STL files. So basically, if you've got either access to or have your own 3D printer, basically £5 for the print file, and you just print it. So you don't need to mess about with CAD, anything like that. And I've actually seen some of the videos, some really beautiful models.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah. In January, they're going to be launching an Avonside built GWR 1101 class 040 lookalike in original square cab form, and like the Cadbury's Avonside, sits straight onto a Hornby Caledonia Pug stroke Smoky Joe chassis. In February, they're going to add the GWR round cab version, and if you want to keep up with announcements, check out the Enwin's 3D Models Facebook page. So, great news there.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
It is, actually, and it's 3D printing is very much, in some respects, the future of the hobby, because
I honestly think it is.
But essentially, I've said this before, we're seeing the beginning of the Star Trek replicators. This is where they begin. We've got Tom McKee, March West Junction TMD, Gordon Hanning, who says pizza in the oven. Stream, likes and shared. Hello to you. I've just seen somebody refer to, I think we've got Somerset Andy in here, Ben Powell 009, Roof Railways, shout out for Roof Railways. Yeah, Somerset Andy, hi to you. Tim Condrup says Noswith Dar.
Can I
Garfield,
just ask one thing, Jenny?
What?
Is a roof railway a railway on the roof, or a railway in the roof?
It's a railway in the roof. It's the name of their YouTube channel. Yes, I do know who you are. Have seen some of your videos, and it's a channel that follows the building of a model railway. You know, like I did videos showing Weir Yard getting built, but they're building it up in their roof space.
Excellent.
Hope I've got that right. Actually, it'd be a bit embarrassing if they go, no, I think you're confusing me with somebody else.
Actually, it was built
But
on
thanks
the
for the shout out.
Actually, it was built on the roof, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nathan Swales, Class 43, asks, can you run a Terrier passenger train, please? I'm afraid at the moment we've got tender steam locomotives. That's the theme.
A little terrier
of the
running
stream.
that little new blue thing would be nice.
It would be, but I don't like fiddling with stuff. We've got tender locomotives going round.
Okay, do you want to show this video that we were talking about?
Yeah,
Enwin's
so
3D?
this is from Enwin's 3D, and press the button.
It's
So
the Wigan 060 assembly.
you've got the sound on. We do, as a rule, turn the sound off. The only reason for this is because we can't hear the
We
sound.
can't hear it. We don't know how
So
loud it is.
and also it means that you're not then fighting to hear the video over us or us over the video. So this is the Enwins 3D locomotive, which the chassis is coming from one of the Bachmann starter set locomotives. I suspect actually that without the sound, it doesn't make sense.
Possibly not, but it is quite interesting.
Yeah, this is the guide to how you get the chassis off the Bachmann starter set locomotives, which are actually Bachmann's attempt to give a nice low-priced offering to get you started.
A bit like those Hornby box sets.
Kind of, yeah, but it's a fairly basic model. But actually, the trick is it's the chassis that's really of great use. So there we are with the top off. And these are actually DCC ready. You can see the 8-pin DCC plug at the back. But yeah, it's if you want to post the link to the video in the description box.
I'm just going to jump forward a little bit because I think we'll get this.
So there is the 3D printed body. So
you know they don't look 3D printed.
It's getting good. They're getting good, and of course you can embellish these with extra details. So it's the great starting point.
A few decals and things like that would look amazing.
Well, no, things like handrails.
I understand.
Other bits and pieces.
Adding the extras would be great, but just stick a few decals of your own personal railway on it, because you can get decals made these days, custom as well. There's all kinds of modern technology has created such a wealth of possibilities for your own personal layouts.
Very much. And James Pett says, just like the Enwins page, I approve of 3D printing. Bagnall Dave, hi to you. We've got Ben Davis, who's got one of the Oxford Rail 12-ton tank wagon Graham's Golden Lager on order from TMC.
Okay, are you going to jump to a different picture?
Yes, I will do.
Cool.
So, actually, at this point, what I want to talk about is hopefully once we see what the thingy is looking at, what you will see here. This is the roving cam, but it has been moved. Garthian's going to jump in any second now. But essentially, what you're looking at here is an area that I've been very, very busy on putting in fences. Now, you might have seen some of my posts on various online groups about, oh, cupboard monkey. No. Bad cupboard monkey, naughty cupboard monkey. We're on a diet, cupboard monkey. Oh, I mean, like,
I will take them away.
Don't get me. This is defective. The top won't come off. But essentially, fence posts are made from matchsticks. Yes, so dirt cheap.
Everyone's seen this artist.
Yeah, I thought they might. But that's the area I've been working on. So we'll wait for the Great Central Railway D11 director, with Cheshire Lines, Great Central wagons, and the Liverpool and Manchester wagon on their coach even. Right, so we can actually move the roving cam now. I will get...
Hello.
Oh, stop it!
I'm a big thing for the sweeties. Hello, would you like some?
Yeah, I will do. Just give me a moment. So we've now moved the cupboard monkey cam. Oh
yes, that's what people want to see, I'm sure.
What an alluring view.
Now you can see up my nose.
Yeah, you can see you're in your gym jams. You're certainly in your scruffs. Right, so if Doctor Who would like to, at some point, I won't say no to a Maltesers. They should sell these separately, just big, huge boxes of the Malteser ones, because I really like them. Right.
Oh, that angle. I've just seen it on the monitor, on the replay. I look fat. Everyone's saying that's a nice angle.
Right. 1551 Stan, hi to you. And Brockwell Lane says, your layout could do with a monolith. They seem to be all the rage now. Yeah, one's just turned up on the Isle of Wight. Peaks 47, hi to you. Hermitage Road, Phil Parsons, and yes, I did get Roof Railways described correctly. Andrew Boone, Clive Cobold, Finley Garden, Brian Stone, Cooper and District Model Railway Club. Hello from the Kingdom of Fife. Big hello to you too. Richard Swiderski, Jay Lyon, who has a plan for a colliery on their layout. Has anyone got any good kits for the pit head? I know Backman did. Are you messing about? Oh, the Cupboard Monkey's messing about. So if I go to this view, you'll see what the Cupboard Monkey is doing to my trains. Backman did do some really nice stuff in the Scenecraft range. You'll have to hunt around in some of the lower traffic model shops to find them. I think it's perhaps a couple of years since they were in the range. But as to kits you make yourself, I think it's either Bush, Fowler or Noch Brower might make a more continental style coal pit. Really great kits, but really expensive. Walthers as well might make a great kit too. McBenman1 says, "Hi Jenny, can you put a steam locomotive on the turntable?" Oh, I suppose I can. Let me just move the Class 40 off there. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm just trying trying not to look a bit fat and pudgy. So, what about... Oh, I know. This was very, very kindly sent in by one of the viewers to the channel, and it is Flying Scotsman. We did a full review on this, and the name has just escaped me of who sent this in. Very, very kindly, but we did do the full review of it. So Flying Scotsman is currently sat on the turntable behind me now. Right, Creeping Jane, hi to you. Hel McLean, who says, "Doesn't it take 24 hours to print something as big as that body?" I don't know. I've not got any real experience. Garthian, obviously, yeah, you can see that where I'm up to on the comments. It's basically the point that I turned that camera on. Everybody spotted it. It's My Model Railway. James Pets. Let's have a look. Frank Feely, hi to you. Geek Peak 40. What kind of curves should do on 21-inch passenger car 3-rail O scale? Not familiar with them. I know UK O gauge tends to be quite fine scale, so it's very unforgiving of tight curves. I wouldn't know about US outline 3-rail stuff. Naive Gauge, hi to you. Michelle, hi to you. Donegal, Dad, great to see you in. Stuart Muir, Chris Howes, so J94, SDJR7F88 says, "Evening, where's my chocolate?" Well, what we will do, what do you want? Do you want a bounty? I will, there you are, just reach out and grab it. Come on, just take it. Take it. You know, oh, fine, you don't want it. Don't say I didn't offer.
Was that a mutiny on that bounty?
Mark Holt says, "I got a Rattly present from a client." Great, I thought. Maltesers. No, dates. It make you regular. Oh,
Steve also actually says that on my printer I can print a Coach Cody in around 5 hours.
I think that they're getting better and better all the time. We've got Sherry Zioli, a big hello to you. Elias Nebzadeh, I'm hoping... I know I'm probably butchering your name, but Elias Nebzadeh, I think. Lee Holden, Island Scenics, hi to you. There's a lot of people actually like bounties. Ryan G,
I like the bounty.
Beezer707 says, "Hello from Sussex, next to the Bluebell line." Right, let's have a look. David Cook, Pete Clark. Let's have a look. Garthian says, "That's a sweet train." Let's have a look. Teddy Edward, Jay Lyon. Yeah, B Mozer also says Pithead, Backman and oh, I didn't realise Hornby did as well. There are some great ready to plant bits and pieces out there. Skipsy Trains, hello to you. Let's have a look. Bang Got You Junction, Carl Brond. Let's have a look. Kanoa Inoue. Let's have a look. I think I've name checked everybody. Oh, Henry Van Wyk. Hello from Peter Maritzburg, South Africa. Ooh, let's get the virtual map. We haven't wheeled this out in a while. Cupboard Monkey, do you mind not blocking the camera? So,
sorry, what am I doing?
I think everybody really enjoyed that lovely view of the back of the Cupboard Monkey's head, but People are going, oh, I think you got a spider on that lens. But yeah, South Africa.
It wasn't the back of my.
Anyway, shut up.
It was my shoulder.
Shut up! I need to get the virtual map out. So South Africa, right down there. I don't think we've not knowingly had anybody from South Africa. We undoubtedly will have had, but I think the first person to let us know that they're from South Africa. So we'll put the virtual world map away. But it's great to see you. I hope we find you well. And I'm guessing you'll see South Africa is kind of underneath us. So time zone wise, they'll either be in the same time zone or just plus or minus.
Don't look at me when you're asking this. I don't know. So we've got an interesting question here from Addy Pullen.
Okay.
Hi Jenny. Do you have any predictions for Hornby's 2021 announcements on the 5th of January?
Ooh, I'll either get very right or very wrong. I think that we're going to see possibly a Sanspiral, maybe to go with the range of stuff that they did with the Rocket and the two, because they've now got two different coaches. So I think Sanspiral could be an outside choice. In terms of all new things, I think the W4 Peckett has kind of been... They've blasted quite a lot out there. So I think the W4 Peckett's going to be rested, as will the Terrier, because they've really saturated the market with those. And what else? I think we might see the return of some of their older models, but retooled over. So what about a TTS sound-fitted Class 42 warship? Now, they do have the Railroad warship, so it may get warmed over and come with TTS sound. That could be an option. But in terms of other things, I don't know. Maybe we'll see Hornby 00 branding on a few things. I'd love to see maybe the 8Fs appearing, but in the identities that they were in the Hornby 00 range. I say this time and time again. So 48158, 48109, 48073 and 48094 with the 4 Hornby 008Fs, and maybe one or more of those appearing in the Hornby 00 branded boxes. So, you know, they've kind of brought out that Duchess of Atholl, which is going round at the moment. In fact, if I go to this camera, you'll just see it up there in the corner.
There is one locomotive I wouldn't mind seeing.
Oh?
Since we've had the Rocket, I'd like to see the Planet.
A Planet or a patentee? I think that Era 1 and Era 2 as well, for that matter, are vast untapped resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in terms of more up to date, I think there's also a lot of locomotives that's not overlooked. I think we'll possibly see from Hornby at least one locomotive that's in the National Collection. An S160's got to come at some point. A lot of people have been talking about this. Every year people say it's going to be an S160 and then it isn't. So I think an S160 is possibly a high up there model. But we've also got to remember that they've brought out a lot of new models this year, and what we might see is a period of consolidation whereby we may just see extra livery versions of the models that they brought out this year, and maybe one or two new models, but I don't know. Only Simon Kohler knows.
And he's not telling.
I don't think there's going to be any more of the steampunk models. I think they did okay. But not perhaps as well as Hornby were hoping. I think as well there might be... I'd like to think that there's some more stuff to tie in with the Beatles license. Simply because I'm guessing that they've paid a lot of money for a license for doing the Beatles themed things. And I think that they'll want to put out at least one more Beatles themed thing. Maybe A Hard Day's Night, I believe, features a train in that. So there may be a themed pack around that.
Hello to Ollie from Wardle Road.
Oh, big hello to you. And Robin Slewart as well. Let's have a look. Russell Benton, though, says, Era 1 is okay for display cabinet, but no one really models that. I haven't seen Rocket.
Disagree. Oh, Jen, your little thingamajig's come off on the little one.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to disagree on either one not being something people model. I think it's a case of if you have enough of it, they will model it.
Yes, model it and they will come.
What is there, Jen, you know more than I do, what is there of Era 1 that's available for people ready to run that they can just put onto a layout and go?
In UK Outline, there's the Rocket. There's across the 2 different packs, there's 6 different named coaches. The first class coaches, plus of course the third class coach. I'm guessing there was a second class because second class wasn't done away with until 1920s. So I'm really racking my brains here. Actually, what was the second class? Unless those actually are second class, but everybody calls them third class.
No, they're definitely third class because it says third class.
Well, yeah, I know.
So there you are. There's not a huge amount of Era 1 that comes readily to mind that you could just get and run. I think if there were more options, then people might start doing that kind of era.
Mark Holt says a lot of the Beatles coaches left Hornby in pieces. I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm cancelling my train pack because my coaches were smashed. I do get onto Hornby. They do have very good customer service. So I would suggest contacting Hornby. I'm sure that they will put you right. I've not heard of widespread issues, but occasionally one slips under the radar.
Yeah, everyone's going to have some production errors.
Hal McLean says, have a DCC sound chip with voices. Oh, blimey, mate, and call governor. It's the Sweeney. Yeah. So, hurry up and drive the car down that, through all that litter. Why do you want to do that? Because it makes the car look good. Yeah, let's go and kick in some toughs down at Heathrow Airport. They're always driving a Mark II Jag. Right.
Well, if you got one, you flaunt it, don't you?
No, the Crims always drove a Jag. It was the same in Get Carter. Was that a Mark II? I'm sure it's a Mark II.
Almost as if they happened to have one available and that was it.
No, they were just dirt cheap back then. Stephen Cameron says Trix did Alder in HO scale. I believe that Bachman US did a couple themed around the Baltimore and Ohio. I'm trying to remember the DeWitt Clinton.
The only one I can think of is the Consolidation.
Okay.
Because it's in Railroad Tycoon.
Ah, of course. Liverpool and Manchester Lion. I think actually that would be a really good one to do. John Morgan suggests a War Department 210 would be nice. Has anyone done one of those? The 280 has been done by Bachman. But the 210 I'm not aware of that having been done. Let me just for a moment there it sounded like something had stopped running. Where's the one on the there's the one on the top. Right. Naive Gauge says, had a terrible week on eBay. Several items got away for a good price and I was distracted at the crucial moment. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always find if I bid on something on eBay, all of a sudden loads of people bid against me and the price goes silly and I'm like, right, I'm out. But if I don't put a bid on, it either goes for the starting bid or nobody else bids on it. And it's really infuriating. And you can watch the item go, oh, I missed out. It gets relisted. Oh, dear, I forgot. And it goes with no bids. And it can go 2 or 3 times like that. And then when you remember, you go, I'll bid on this. And some person bids against you. And
I've never heard an person being called that before.
Now,
how do you pronounce person?
The cynic in me has a word for it. It's called shilling. But it's a bit weird, isn't it? SDJR7F88 says, would love a model of Lion stroke Tipfield Thunderbolt for Lincoln Vale. I think actually, because they did do the one with the auto tank and the coach on the Lomac and the Great Western Guards van. I think the Lion, it's if they're gonna dip their toe, if not Sanspirel, then yes, Lion would be a good one.
El McLean says, is sniping still a thing on eBay? Yes, it is.
Oh, very much.
I've lost out so many times to snipers.
Cooper and District Model Railway Club says the Bachmann LMS twins are beautiful. Right, yes, I need to get through some of the news because otherwise the cupboard monkey distracts me and we don't say. New releases from Bachmann, the LMS twins have reappeared in that really quite attractive BR black with the early crest and a lot of the silver embellishments. They do look really nice, and I must admit I am very, very tempted in getting one of those. But it's been a very expensive year. The big news is the Rapido trains announcements. If you missed these, they have announced the 15XX 060 tank. And this was, I believe, this is dredging my memory now. It was designed and ordered by the Great Western Railway, but actually they were delivered to British Rail right at the start. And they owe a lot of their design to the USA dock tanks that ended up on the Southern Railway working at Southampton Docks. And it's one of the reasons that Model Rail went for, I think it was the 16XX, because they actually said that they looked at the 15XX and decided that it was perhaps a little bit too similar to the USA dock tank that they'd already done. But Rapido has announced that they're doing a full range for the UK market, and that's one of the big steam locomotive announcements. We're also seeing the gunpowder van in 00. Really looking forward to this. It's one that they did previously announce that they were going to do. The project got shelved. It is now back with a vengeance, and because a lot of the work had been done on that, then I think it's safe to say that that might be one of the first to arrive. I'm particularly looking forward to the tops numbered versions turning up. Incidentally, Garthian did spot the TARDIS if it's still on that train. Will you stop
In
it?
shocking news, Jenny is the first person on Mars.
Well, technically you're on Mars because you're eating them. Right. Hair clips falling out now. I'm going to... Very
Mansion in
unprofessionally...
1956 says, couldn't Zoe set up a program that would monitor the eBay bidding and automatically bid at last minute for you? I could, but it's a sniping thing and I'm against snipers.
Yeah, it is a bit meany. Garthian says 15XX designed by Hawksworth arrived in 1948. Only one survived. And actually 1501, which is one of the ones that is the one that survived, it survived by virtue of being sold on into industrial use along with two of her sisters. I think 1509 was one of the others, can't remember. Might have been 1506 was the third. To a colliery in Coventry. So there is an excuse to model her in, I think it's like NCB Red. And indeed, Rapido have announced that as one of the livery options. N-Gauge modelers are going to see Class 28 Metrovic appear. Now, we did have from Hellion the Metrovic quite a while ago now, actually. It was done initially in collaboration with Hattons. And then it did, I think, get a general release. There was two other items, and I'm now racking my brains. I can't remember what the other items were, but certainly the Rapido trains, as well, they have done commission work. And I'm going to show you, actually, if you remember in last week's Monday Club, I talked about having never actually got anything from Rapido. And people very, very generously donated money through Super Chat, PayPal.me, and with the understanding that I was going to be getting the J70. So, this is my first ever Rapido Trains locomotive, arrived today, and it is amazingly small, I have to say. I am really impressed by this, so if anybody from... Rapido ever gets to see this, my first impression of a model from Rapido is very, very good, it has to be said. I haven't filmed the review yet, which is one of the reasons.
You dropped something on the floor and I don't know where it went.
Oh, did I? Oh, there, yeah, just it's the cow catchers. There's a lot of separate user applied details in this, but I'm just going to get it out. This is, it's like a garden shed on wheels. So this is the the Rapido Trains J70, basically Toby the Tram engine. So it's a heck of a weight to it. There's a lot of weight to that. I'm just going to put it on the track. I did DCC fit it before I put it back in the box. When you see the video, which will be going out in I think it's about 2 weeks' time. Excuse me. I'll do the full DCC fitting guide, but I'm really quite pleased with that. Naive Gauge asks, are Kato entering the UK market in N-Gauge? Yes, sort of, in collaboration with Pico. They're doing the Small Englands and the Double Fairleys. I think they are still due Q1 next year. Rule 1 Model Railways. Hi to you. Yeah, Leslie Gilpin says, Rapido and museum quality. Hello to Mad Trains, just seen you there as well. Yeah, they have made models for the UK market. The J70 is one in particular, but the J70 and indeed the 16XX, both commissions for Model Rail. So they've done models as commissions for other people. They've also done the APT and the Stirling Single, and I think there's a Guy Arab bus which you can get via Rails of Sheffield. And I'm trying to think, they're the only ones that spring to mind. There may be other special commissions that they've done. But of course, Rapido Trains does have quite a good track record. They've been making models for the US and Canadian markets for a great length of time now. So they're not complete newcomers to the model railway scene. What we're actually seeing is that they are a newcomer to the UK market. But I think, with models such as the J70, I'm very impressed with this, it has to be said. Very impressed indeed. The weight that is in this is incredible. The detail really does look good. So I'm really looking forward to doing the full review of this. I'll just move it so it doesn't end up getting attached to... Where has it gone? It's over there. So it doesn't get attached to... Oh, I'll have a Malteser, I think. But yes, really impressed. And the gunpowder wagon, if it's to the same standard as that J70, I really am looking forward to that. Cupboard Monkey, will you talk to the nice people? I've got my mouth full.
Sorry, I just got distracted because someone's just shown me this amazing photograph of I don't think you'll be able to see it, guys, but I'll show you anyway. Of a housewife who is watching Star Trek on some kind of robot that also has a shelf for bread and cheese. But if you are using that, you would have to sit down in order to use the shelf. It's just ridiculous.
Huh.
So I kind of got distracted by that. Oh, have a look. There you go.
What on earth is that?
People on Twitter are calling it a bread Dalek.
Okay, right, well, anyway, talk to the nice people. I'm going to fish some sweeties from the passing train.
Why?
Because I want to eat them.
Okay. Well, there's some in this box, you see.
Yes, but I'd prefer them not to be in my train, you know what I mean? Right,
Well, what's the point of having open wagons if you're not going to put silly things in them to entertain all of your guests? That's how this works.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
So, guys, since Jen has got a mouthful and can't stop me, I'm going to advertise my comedy streams, which are on a Sunday evening at 7 PM.
Right, I'm back. Apparently, actually, Rapido do make a number of other models as well for Real Track, Class 156, DMU for DC kits. Let's have a look. Grongston Model Railway says it's the new and improved Robbie the Robot. So, yeah. Jay Lyon says, shout out to David at Pooley Puffers. Team Valley, very friendly, and my 6-year-old came away with the Smoky Joe. She loved it. Excellent. It's always great to get a newcomer to the hobby. And always, in fact, if my little nephew is watching, look away now, but little nephew's Christmas gift, yes, we are going to be introducing little Henry, who lives and breathes trains, to the joys of an electric train set. He's also getting a Hogwarts Express set.
So you just spoiled Christmas.
Yeah.
You know he watches. Naughty Jenny, naughty Jenny. Where's the green finger?
Green finger is somewhere. down here.
Tap yourself on the nose. Naughty Jenny.
No, I think what we need to do is monkey cam.
Come here. You need to take your punishment. Naughty Jenny. Stop spoiling Christmas.
That didn't spoil Christmas. Right, anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, don't forget to like, share as well, and sharing is caring. Let people know that the Monday Club is on, live, and dangerous. And if you haven't already done so, do consider subscribing to the channel.
North End Sidings has the best set of puns, and I'm blown away by it. A bread Dalek, that's the yeast frightening monster I can think of. I reckon I could take a slice of it.
Mwah, mwah. Oh, we have an emergency.
Guardian says, are you deliberately not putting the camera up with the TARDIS? The TARDIS is on the model, but I will admit I kind of forgot to put it back into the model for a little bit of time. So yeah, sorry about that, Guardian.
For some reason
What's happened?
Just give it a little. Oh, no. Hold on. We have some kind of...
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, I'll just... let me just show people what is going on. Oh, no, wrong one.
Don't show me.
Yeah. We have an escaped train.
With now behind it, man. Where's your rest? Where's the rest of it?
So it's done this in as is predictable, the most inaccessible location, because something has gone on inside the tunnel.
I shall look.
So I'm just going to...
I'd move off that screen so I can have a look.
No.
Otherwise you'll end up with me.
You do not need to have a look, because I've done my special dance, and it is now... Where? Come on.
Did you decouple it?
No, it decoupled itself. Right, I'm going to... Ow! Oh, did you hear that click?
No. Do we have to switch places? I mean,
we
I get
don't.
the seat of power.
No. Festooned with...
I almost got it there.
Yes, right. Let's put that out of the way. Right. Anyway, right. Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's... somebody did. I was about to answer somebody's question about T-gauge. They're considering buying T-gauge for their first model railway. So it's a TM says, I'm thinking about buying a T-gauge set for my first model railway.
T-set?
Any thoughts? T-gauge, you're going to need some really good eyesight for this. I would say it's probably not the best scale for somebody starting out. If you want small, consider N gauge or Z gauge. Actually, no, forget about Z gauge. Go N gauge if you want small if you're starting out. But do be advised that T gauge is incredibly small. So unless you've got incredibly good eyesight,
The train stopped again.
no,
Yes, it has.
that
Are you having issues with this one?
shouldn't be. It's being naughty.
Ooh. You might want to look into that.
Yeah, come on you, stop being naughty. Right. The NKP Railroad legend, hi to you. David Yeats apparently transports minions in their open wagons. John Nutman says Sweetie Train.
Would that be filet mignons?
No. B. Moser says 800 class as well in N for Cato. So actually, Rapido Trains has done an awful lot of stuff, but just rebadged for other people.
Well, it keeps you busy.
Right. Mad Trains.
It stopped again. It's having trouble.
It blooming is, isn't it?
Sorry, hon. You're going to have a look at it.
Yeah, I think it's time to change the locomotive. So
Are we going to do the locomotion?
So I've got to be very careful. There's certain locomotives I need for that particular. Actually, let's just try it going the other way, shall we? So it is quite heavy, so maybe we should consider a different, perhaps a bigger locomotive.
We didn't overload it with sweetie Wheaties, did we?
Yes, you did. It's entirely
Oh, no.
your fault.
Oh no!
Entirely your fault. Actually, no. I'm just going to go. You know what? I am going to put the Somerset Handy Intercity liveried Class 47, and hopefully then it'll just run. Famous last words. So just give me a moment. So would you like mine talking to the nice people?
I was actually thinking of what I could say that you wouldn't get upset with me about.
Hey, what?
Well, if I start plugging all of my stuff, you tend to go, "Oh no, you can't do that."
No, well,
Oh,
no, you can't.
No.
You simply can't. Right, so, excuse me, people, we've got a bit of an emergency.
A bit of an emergency.
Right, dudes, there's an emergency in progress. Please, can Arnold J. Rimmer go to corridor 14 because there is an emergency in progress.
It's still in progress.
Hoo-hoo, toot toot.
Ham Shackleton says, I did say a few minutes ago that the Boxman loco was hesitating and stuttering. He did.
Yeah,
he did, mind you. Didn't listen.
did.
You were too busy eating sweets. That's what your problem is. You were too busy eating the sweetie Wheaties.
Yeah, alright, geezers. Yeah,
Why?
Right.
So, while Jen's got her mouth full, can we talk about what's coming up on Friday, which happens to be another visit to Minth Tatis?
It is actually.
It is.
So, Minth Tatis, which you'll remember as being Project 009, is pretty much complete now. But I've got to remember actually there were a couple of videos behind. So, we're doing a full video on the water effects for Minth Tatis.
That's not what I wanted to show.
No, it definitely isn't. I think you need to adjust that. So I'm going to go to a different angle.
Please don't adjust your set.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're making everything vibrate.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no.
What are we like?
Oh, we're like
a bunch of
normal
wallies.
people, only stranger. Right.
Yeah, like a bunch of wallies.
No, up a bit. Hey, pay peanuts, get cupboard monkeys.
How's
Up
that?
a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, oh, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. So that's quite nice, actually. We get to see the mountain cam. You can actually see the camera at the bottom. Which,
that's a different style of camera. It's the only one
Yeah.
we've got of that type.
so that
it's
camera
tiny.
you see at the bottom gives us this view. And there's suddenly, I think if Garthian hasn't already spotted it, I'm sure he'll going to mention something soon.
Sir Patrick Furlong of Calandia says, was that a 7.3 in the Richter scale? No, that was a 10.5 on the Zoe scale.
Right. Garthian here says, are you deliberately not putting the cam up with the TARDIS?
We've already covered that. Jen, you're about 20 minutes behind.
Ryan G liked the Acura scale interview. Thank you very much. Chris's train. Santa is bringing a train set for Christmas. Excellent. AD Pullen. My Christmas present is SDJR 1P. Gosh, you were very lucky actually, because as I predicted, they sold out incredibly quickly. Big hello to Mike and Sue Pudham Junction. Train Spotting Fan 922 Northern. A newbie, a stream newcomer. Big hello to you. It's great to have you in the stream.
Hello and welcome.
Oh god, I really am behind because Garthian saying found the TARDIS. It's behind the D11 first flat wagon. That's like a couple before
Jen,
this.
You're a long time ago.
Are you monitoring?
I am monitoring.
So has nobody spotted it?
Yes, they have. Lots of people have. King Fox Junction says, question. Can you run DCC ready on DC? DCC ready, yes you can, but not DCC chip.
DCC ready, if you put it on DC tracks, will make an awful squealing noise. And I think, and you obviously never tried it, but if you leave a locomotive there for a long period of time, it will, I think the magic smoke will come out. So if you want to hear what it sounds like when you put a DC locomotive... Oh,
That's what happens.
apparently this one just causes a complete trip out. So, essentially new. Let me just...
Hamshackleton is now shouting at me, DCC ready? No! The motor will burn out.
Does it actually burn out? This is... I'm almost tempted to do a video where you just like... It's like, let's see what happens. But I think there's other people on YouTube who are more attuned to that kind of clickbaity video. So there's a part
Not
of...
naming any names.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't name any names.
No, he told me off last time, so I'm not going to. But
But to be honest with you, we only do gentle ribbing because he's big enough to take it.
Mhm.
And now he's saying he doesn't like it. And because, Jen, let me finish, because we're not bullies and we're not bad people, he said he doesn't like it, so we won't. And it's fair enough like that. Island Scenic says he asked if DCC can run on DC.
the other way round. Yes, but if you've got a high frequency track cleaner, no, because the frequency that it puts on the track to stop the buildup of dirt will nuke your decoder, and you have to have, I can never remember which CV it is, but you have to enable DC running. What are we? Oh, that's different, isn't it?
The red one's stuck.
Yeah, so if I go to that view,
Thanks for pointing that out, Garthian.
and that's the Duchess of Athol, which I'm very surprised because that has a lot of weight to it. So that has surprised me that it's bailed out.
Farmer Chairman 1 has a good point here. Just best not to mix the two, even if it's DCC ready. There's a blanking plate that will allow DCC ready on DC track, but you have to check first.
Oh, is there? Interesting. I thought it did damage the actual motor potentially.
Yeah. And everyone else is saying if it's DCC ready, it will run on DC with that blanking plate, but not run on DCC unless the chip is fitted.
Right. James Pett says, I approve of Class 47s. James Pett approves of many things.
What's wrong with that?
Marco Luciano, hello to you. John Nutman actually wants the 40. Evading Grid says it's a shame TT has so little commercial support. It kind of had a brief boom period in the 60s with Triang TT. Now you can get a track from Pico, but that's about it really. You have to kind of make everything yourself.
Going out to 1259 says Class 47. Hubba hubba.
Huh?
Yeah, apparently he likes a Class 47.
Right.
It's not as good as a Class 8. Gronks are the way.
Breezer 707 says I'm well behind on it. Thanks to everybody who called out that the Athol had stopped. I don't know, there seems to be a spot there where it just sort of was sticking.
You were cleaning the track over there earlier on.
I did. Yeah, just there. I just saw it hesitate and slip.
Well, you have been adding scenery, so have you accidentally...
I'm actually looking. There's a bit of a dip there. I'm seeing the ventilated vans sort of all waver up. I think there's a sudden gradient change.
That'll do it.
Which is strange, because I did use a spirit level when I built all of this.
Yeah, but things settle. Now we've got a new hashtag. They've started a hashtag, Jen. You're doomed now.
Am I?
Hashtag Gronkfest 2021.
Oh, yes, well, we will obviously have Gronkfest.
This time it's Gronky.
Yes. So we've also got O'Neill, big hello to you. yeah, a lot of people spotted the van train well before me. Stuart Muir says, "Hi Jenny, I haven't done anything to my layout, Spongate Junction, as I'm waiting for a lot of things to come in, such as track, i.e. points and buildings." Yeah, I have inquired with Pico, and they are still making track. It's not like they've completely shut down. The problem is, because of social distancing, and we've said this before on the channel, the actual volumes that they're able to make are lower than normal, but at the same time, demand has gone through the roof. So you've got that double whammy. A lot of model shops are completely out of track. But one thing that let me just pinch Malteser. I like these ones. One thing I will say is that when I spoke to Hattons, they said that they are still getting deliveries, but it's literally going out the door as fast as it's coming in.
I can imagine that.
So you have to order it. Regardless of which model shop you use, you're going to have to order it, and that way you become first in the queue. Talk to the nice people.
But it is the case, and it's not just with model railways either. Because right now, and it was something that came up in the Acura Scale interview that you did, a lot of the shipping and transport logistics, they've been taken over by those limited big release, big price tag gifts for Christmas. So you might have the product, but you can't get the space to ship it.
Yeah.
And that's not just from China. I'm betting, unless you've got your own wagons and your own vans and things, right now those transporters, they're being taken up by other things.
Possibly, yeah.
So, yeah, there might still be stuff coming, and it's just basically a case of put your name down and wait. Patience is a virtue, unfortunately. We just gotta wait. Jen, what are you looking for? What have you lost?
Just trying to move something out. And
are you trying your best to get the winter layout? Is that what
yes,
you're doing?
I'm trying to engage Christmas, so do speak to the nice people.
Okay, Jenny is attempting to engage Christmas with a layout that I rather enjoyed our video that we put together with that. It took me a long time.
Yeah, just somebody's mentioned it.
It was an awful lot of fun.
Somebody has mentioned it,
Yeah.
so...
And fun is really the operative word.
Yeah.
You enjoyed making it, and we all enjoyed
Well, yeah,
having
and
a look
Les
at
as
it.
well.
Les really did enjoy making it.
Les likes everything.
He was like a kid in a china shop at certain points with it.
So, what I'm going to do is, for some reason, it feels heavier than I remember.
That's just because you're out of practice.
Yeah,
You haven't moved a layout for ages because you haven't been to any exhibitions.
out of
Because
shape.
there haven't been any.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to get the roving cam so you don't have to pick it up?
Yeah, I'm thinking roving cam rather than me lifting it off the floor.
Okay, so
You ready?
engage the rover cam.
So this actually is the winter scene, and the skaters on the pond do still go round.
I love that. That was so amazing.
And I didn't tell Hornby about that when we went through the planning for this. I knew I was going to try and do this. I can make them go really fast.
Don't make the little
no,
people dizzy. Don't.
Okay. So this was off the back of GMRC. I thought, well, they love what they called animations. Gimmicks is what I call them.
I'm going to pass you the camera so that you can point
Yeah.
to the bits you want to talk about.
So essentially with this, there's just a mechanism made out of Meccano underneath that allows me to turn a winding
Pop
handle.
it down a little bit. You're not showing it on camera.
Yeah, that allows me to turn a winding handle behind, and they kind of spin round. But it's not. There's no. The only track is actually over here. You can see
And
there's
it
just
doesn't
a
go.
piece.
It's literally just there for display, isn't it?
Yeah, you can fit a locomotive or something on there. Everything does light up, but it needs to be powered up to do that. We've got Father Christmas giving out presents there. There's some reindeer too. Got somebody picking up a Christmas tree on the roof of the car from the Christmas tree sales place. Which was actually part of my idea, because we had a load of these little trees knocking about left over from GMRC, and I said, well, let's have a Christmas tree sales place. And we built this, did the full video for Hornby, and then put out an unabridged version on my channel. I think it's gone a bit duller It looked. I remember the white
Probably
being.
dust.
Yeah, it could be. I remember the white being more like cleaner white.
I just love it.
So what are people saying? Because I can't read the comments whilst I'm doing this.
A lot of people are making jokes about the fact that you're making the ice skaters go really, really fast and make them sick.
Yeah.
John Nutman says,
no.
Jenny, have you got a USA tank engine?
Oh yes, I do actually. I've got the Longmore Military Railway liveried one. Is it Frank Ross? So yes, I do.
And Ryan G says, where's Olaf?
Oh, yeah, Olaf the oh, hold on, there is an Olaf.
He's just there.
So there's Olaf the snowman.
snowman.
It's very difficult to get him in focus.
Yeah.
He did have eyes.
Yeah, you were just looking at the wrong side of him.
There you are, you just about make it out. The light's not good. But there's Olaf. So we had great fun making this. It just somebody asked about the winter layout, and I've got to try and get this put away.
No, you don't. Just sit further back and not be able to talk. I'll talk for people instead.
There's a part of me thinking that it might be nice to have it out as a Christmas decoration downstairs.
If you want to, that's fine.
It's a faff getting it in and out of.
In out and shake it all about. And
It's been in storage up here since we built it. Right, talk to the nice people whilst I try and get it.
Now everyone's saying, do you want to build a snowman? And everyone else is saying, please don't sing that song. It haunts me.
Yeah.
Not as much as Let It Go.
Yeah, let it go.
Get it out, get it out, get that
the
song out
of
of
my
head. Right, get it out, I'll sing anything else instead.
Yeah.
I did love that Honest trailer, that was so good.
Look, talk to the people. This is really difficult. Actually.
Yes, Jen has made a bit of a rod for her own back with this one, haven't you, baby?
Yep.
These things happen.
Yeah. What are people saying?
Mostly a lot of talk about where people are finding track. Creeping Jane says it's my model railway. The best place I found for lots of Code 75 1 meter track was eBay.
Yeah,
Which,
but
unfortunately, that does seem to be it.
yeah, somebody somewhere just corners the market. Right, Garthian asks,
goodness.
which D11 is the one you have? As Butler Henderson, actually. It's the first one that they released from the National Railway Museum.
Flammer Channel 1 has a horror story for you.
Oh.
So get yourself prepared. I had an Amazon delivery of a set of points. The delivery man folded the A4 packet to get it through my letterbox.
How much? I mean, there. How do you fold points? He must have known. The delivery man knew he was breaking something when he did that.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of the time
They do it on
right
purpose.
now. Well, I don't want to say that.
Oh, come on. When you're folding something that doesn't want to be folded and you hear things break, you feel things break, there should be a little voice in your head going, oh, I think we made a bit of a mistake here. So I presume that you gave an earful to the delivery
Well,
company.
he says he was less than pleased, which I think we can all agree would be a very diplomatic way of saying it.
I think that you probably quite deservedly would have had some choice words for them. Right, I'm going to flick down.
John Dawson says, I think I saw some candies in those hoppers, or am I seeing things? Nope.
No, there's candies.
It's the Celebration Express. It's coming up to Christmas. They've got to deliver the sweeties somehow.
Big hello to Tim JD Dowd. Somerset Andy says, we will be going to the least used station in Somerset this week to film the 66s on the railhead treatment trains. I'm not sure which station that would be. Hello to Gonads 1259. Duncan Watson says, is that the TARDISness? Where is the TARDIS? Have people spotted it?
It's hidden.
But have people spotted it?
Oh yeah, they spotted it.
Oh right, well in that case, we will reset.
Jen, stop destroying the illusion of it flying away on its own.
Rightio. Pete Clark says, wow, you are behind. And now you like, God, she really is behind. Yeah. Roger Hunter says, great tree video. Thank you ever so much, actually. I had great fun making the trees for Project 009. I think that's the video that's just gone out.
Might be.
I'm going to move that camera.
It's okay, I'm just moving in to try and sort something, don't worry.
Oh, okay, yes,
I'm going to sort something out. I don't mean to hide the TARDIS on it.
Right. Hello to Jay as well. Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff Hammond. Be good if you could interview Revolution trains. I think actually I do want to try and interview quite a lot of people. I tried to set up an interview with a YouTuber, but they, in a roundabout way, declined. Another YouTuber was incredibly busy, wasn't able to. I'm still trying to get Daypol. They kind of want to do it, but getting our schedules to coincide is like nailing jelly to the wall. And also, I want to set up an interview with DCC Concepts. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk an awful lot about this. There is a project that I'm involved with that I can't talk about, which is going to take up the next couple of weeks. So I can't do another interview at the moment.
She's going on Crime Watch again as a fence.
Yeah, well, it's all right. You're going on a Homes Under the Hammer as a shelf. Right.
It's my big break.
No, your big break was when the shelf fell down. Right. If I miss out a comment or a question, it is not because I'm ignoring you. I've just simply got to what? I've got to try and get it back up to date. Right.
Manthony 1956 says Jenny is using the classic 050 to switch the TARDIS.
05. Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. Right, Mataf Productions, a big hello to you. Actually, great to see you. Creeping Jane as well. Let's have a look. Amory Junction, John A. Dawson. We got loads of new people in.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's great to see newcomers.
Kev 5565. McBenman One asks, hi Jenny, can you give a shout out to my local steam railway? It's called Gamla Fossenbanen, which it translates loosely as the Old Voss Railway. So certainly yes, a big shout out to them. Ben Davis, again, there's a lot of people asking for the S160. A lot of different unusual liveries that they could come out in. So Richard Swiderski says, TARDIS is in Jen's hand. But Flymer Chen one says he just shrugged as he was walking away. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, somebody should hold them to account because that's just really stupid. Folding something that clearly is not to be folded. Big hello to the Growler Blackwood N-Gauge layout. Rule 1 Model Railways. Hel McLean. Duncan Watson, who says, love the Winter Railway. You should have it out for Christmas. Garthian says, Zoe, how many diabetics will have high blood sugar after this stream due to the sweet train? Michelle asks, where can you buy the material you use to make the trees? The trees on the Welsh layout is actually this product. So and
you get a fair amount in the box.
You get an awful lot in the box. This came from Gauge Master, but I think it's made for Gauge Master by Noch, so you can buy it direct from Noch.
I can see Noch's sign on the side. So
yeah, it does actually say here, made
what actually
for
is
game. It's actually a natural plant. It's called seafoam, and it's a plant. You can grow it. I think it comes from Scandinavia.
Can I just ask, what's the product? Because you showed it to people, but the resolution might not come up. What's it actually called? So
it's called seafoam, and this is the product as it comes from Gauge Master, but you can also get it from Noch, and you probably buy it from a number of other sources. And you make your trees out of this, and it's really easy to use using the scatter. You've seen the videos that I produced. It's a great result. I actually think they're some of the best trees that you can end up with on your layout. But that's the product. I actually bought that because Gauge Master supplied to a lot of model shops. I bought that from Arcadia Models in Shaw. So your local model shop, if they stock stuff from Gauge Master, then you should be able to just order it through them, or just order it direct from Gauge Master.
And you did a really good job. I was very impressed.
Oh, thank you. Right.
So Steve Taylor says it's not model railway related, but I took a delivery today, and as the courier handed me the parcel, the top was open and nothing was in the box. He said, "Oh, I thought it was a bit light."
So you do wonder, actually, sometimes with some of these things. Big hello to New Junction. Great to see you in. But yeah, but I mean, I've had stuff where I got a letter that looked. It was like a packet, and it looked like basically they'd used it to play football, smashed it with a hammer, and it came sealed in a plastic bag with a little note saying, "Your item may have been damaged. We're really sorry." And you look at it, it's like, yeah, that's an understatement. But how are you doing, New Junction? Great to see you. Sharon Newton as well. Great to see you as well. One thing I will say is, bear in mind we do have some very young children watching. I tend to be quite lenient, so if people are censoring their comments with asterisks, then there's a lot that I would let slide. But just do bear in mind that there are younger watchers to the stream.
Yeah, although we don't actually design the show for children. Sometimes they do watch.
Mark Wilson says, "Evening, my ducks. Just keep bobbing." Jay Lyon says, "I just purchased the 1960s Princess Elizabeth Tryon. Cool restoration project. But can I say the smell it gives off when running is amazing. The ionized particles." Flint Hills.
I love that smell when I was playing Scale Electrics.
Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff Hammond. Says, "New Junction, mum's the word, lol." Ben Tullett is asking, Fly Mode Chairman 1, "You sure it wasn't the same person who delivers to a certain other YouTuber as he likes?"
All of his stuff turns up broken.
Yes. Right. Garthian, how many people have met Pete Waterman and had a long conversation with him? I have.
I haven't.
No, I know you haven't, but I have. Ryan G spoke with Pete Waterman. Really nice guy. I got him in on an off day, but I said, everybody has off days.
We've got a very good comment here from Keep Calm Make Stuff. He says, "Please guys, now more than ever, support your local model shops. They do need you."
Very much.
They absolutely do.
It's actually, I bought a load of figures, and you'll see them in a couple of weeks' time going on to Manith Tatis. And I bought them from Bolton Model Mart. And when I spoke to the guy who runs Bolton Model Mart in Bolton, he says it's just trade's gone dead for him. If you don't have a really big online presence, it's really hard. And they can't afford to... he's had to make redundant most of his staff. And it really is struggling. And I know there'll be a lot of smaller model shops who may be struggling as well. So do support your local retailer. Of course, Bolton Model Mart in Bolton is one of those retailers. Tim Arcadia over in Shaw. The Loco Shed in Whitefield. All local model shops. But there'll be loads of them up and down the country. 53A models over in Hull. Places like that. Do support them. Durham Trains of Stanley.
Yeah, and the thing is, once they're gone, they're not coming back.
Right. Talk to the people.
Ham Shackleton says, "Zoe, if you like the ozone smell, invest in a filter fan. There's also an electrostatic dust precipitator. Keep it away from Jen's decoders, though." Well, the problem is, it is the smell of ozone. And, I kind of like it from a nostalgia point of view, but it's a carcinogen.
Yeah, ozone's not very good for you.
Yeah, which is why you should never sit next to a printer in an office. Or ever put the printer right underneath one of the air conditioning vents.
Ben Davis says, "Who will review the Oxford Rail OO gauge 12-ton tank wagon?" Now, I was promised a review sample from Oxford Rail, but I believe that for whatever reason they've put me down for one of the ones that hasn't yet turned up. So I will be reviewing one if they're able to send me out the review sample that they promised last year. But as of yet, haven't had it yet. Tim Condrup asks, "Do anyone know if the Hornby Collectors Club did a loco in 2016 and 2017? I couldn't tell you on that, but I'm sure there'll be somebody in the stream who might be able to help you out.
Mark Holtz, he says, "Oh, that ozone smell, that wasn't so nice when it came from the early Xbox 360s." Yeah, Red Ring of Death. I mean, they did replace all of them, but you know, everyone's spotted the TARDIS already.
Okay, big hello to Brayworth Park as well. I'm just looking at the time. We're going to have to start thinking about queuing up.
I am starting thinking about queuing up.
Because we've got some left over for last week, because we had a bumper crop. Right. Island Scenics as well says that the seafoam does last awfully well. Cooper and District Model Railway Club says, check out Primo models, some of the best trees we have ever seen model-wise. Manthony 1956 says, do people still use lichen for foliage? Well, you just saw some on the winter layout, I have to say. So, yeah. Paul Higgins, Pete Waterman, you should be so lucky. Growler Blackwood Engage Layout, Blackwood's Engage Layout's new home has arrived. The boys from Bolton arrived this morning and have built the shell of the building. Another 2 days work, then Sparky comes Friday to wire in power. Right, Mataf Production says, Jenny, did you see the Rapido Trains announcement about their new range? Particularly excited for their 16-inch Hunslet. Boom, yes, that's the one I missed out. Again, industrial models are great, and it's really good to see the 16-inch Hunslet coming from Rapido Trains as well. That was the one that I knew that they'd announced, and I couldn't for the life of me remember at the time. But yes, really excited to see that. Garthian says, when Pete Waterman opened the Eccleswood Railway, both times original and extension, I spent hours talking to him, and he even poured me a pint of beer. I nearly misread that as he even poured a pint of beer over me. Right, Class 05, hello to you. Keep calm and make stuff, please. Oh, we've just read that one out, yeah. Right. Oh, big hello to Angus's Trains. Not seen you in a while. I know because of the time zone differences, you tend to turn up just as we're finishing. But great to see you. Let's have a look. Yeah, Ben Tullett as well makes a very, very good point. Also support your preserved railways as they are still at risk, even though they have been given grants by the government, and that it won't replace all of the income. And they do still have overheads, whether they're carrying people or not. Right, Clive Cobalt says, hi Jenny, no longer have a model shop in Belfast now. Sorry to hear that. Right, Gronkston Model Railway, I've met Pete twice. I thought he was okay until he walked away to talk to some suits. I didn't apologise or anything, turned his back on all of us. That was at Swindon Works. Yeah, that's kind of how I met him in Nottingham when I exhibited at the Nottingham show, probably about 10 years ago. And he kind of just turned away and started talking to somebody else. Or I said he'd probably having an off day. Right. Garthian says, TARDIS on bogey flat wagon in goods yard.
I told you that already.
Oh, right. Am I? How far behind am I?
You keep going backwards.
David Yeats says, top trains in Stafford. Yeah, there's and Gordon Hanning says there is a new one opening near Oban shortly. So we'll have a look in there when it does. Ben Davis says, thanks for looking at my questions. Absolutely welcome. And a lot of people name checking their local shops. So always happy for you to do that. And also, I always say I'm more than happy for you to, excuse me, plug your own YouTube channel. Don't go wild, but one plug is absolutely fine to me.
Yeah, and also, like we said before with the books, we sell books, and I know a couple of people in the chat, some of the regulars, they are authors as well. And they really struggle with Amazon because, unfortunately, in modern day, they say it democratizes everything. No. But what it actually does is hide the small people.
Yeah, definitely. So it's never been harder to make a living out of writing books.
Yeah, so if you've got a book to plug, then don't go overboard, but stick a link in the chat. Yeah. We're perfectly fine with that too. But I'm going to start setting up for the...
no worries.
Videos.
Class 05 says, I've got to thank you, Jenny. I've been umming and ahhing about the Hellion 009 Manning Wardle for ages, and your review tipped me over the edge. Oh, I'm very pleased. Thank you. It arrived over the weekend and is now my best runner. Oh wow! Well, I've actually got another one here. This is it's actually for Les Cliff, who helped me build the 009. Not the Christmas layout. Sorry, I've got 009.
You've got 009s on the brain at the moment.
Yeah.
And you and him, you both love them.
Oh yeah, Les has gone big time onto 009. I'm almost expecting him to sell off all his 00 stuff. But they are lovely models. So this is the early Southern Railway livery one. And that's one which I got for Les. He asked me to get it for him. But then I've also got, just to prove I do still have the other one from the review, the Southern number 188. So they are absolutely brilliant locomotives, it has to be said. Very, very heavy as well, and I was very impressed that inside them they have a lot of space to natively support sound and stay alive. Really impressed by them.
Okay, B2000 RO Toys channels. Sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Keep Calm Make Stuff even. Jenny, I've always wanted to know, what is your All Mouse Media logo? It is a very close-up picture of the eyes and nose of Nobty Mouse, one of our lovely little comic characters.
Well, it's like the founding character, the very first character.
Yes, he is Britain's first web comic character.
Yeah, and we actually affectionately refer to the logo as "Let's see what's through the square window."
Yeah,
because it's Knobmouse looking through, like, "Ooh, what's going on in there?" But yeah, that's what the logo is. So it's basically his eyes and nose. And it's just a nod to the fact that he was the original character for All Mouse Media. Back when All Mouse Media wasn't even All Mouse Media, but the first UK webcomic. And what number is he in the world?
Either 16th or 17th. It
all
depends on whether this other comic that started in December of 1996 started on the 6th of December or earlier, or after that.
Z German Flow says, I hope the 16-inch Hunslet is only the start. I would love to see a Hunslet Jazzer made. Of course, yes, because the Manchester Ship Canal Company had a number of those, definitely. Especially HE686 Lady Armadale. Definitely, yeah. I think it's going to be the model that keeps on giving. And we've got a number of people here. Brayworth Park says AGR in Leighton Buzzard is a good shop with good website too. Creeping Jane also seconds AGR, great service. And it may surprise you to know that many, many years ago, I'm sure that must be the shop in Leighton Buzzard that my father used to get model rail stuff when we lived in Stanbridge as a family, very briefly. And I can remember him coming back with Wren models from a model shop in Leighton Buzzard. So I'm guessing it's possibly even the same shop. Right. Let's see if I can get up to date.
And once you are up to date, we need to start with the choo-choo videos.
Interesting. Skipsy Train says, my local model shop used to be Rails of Sheffield. Because of the support over the years, they sent me one of their golden anniversary wagons. Do pass it up from down there. They sent me one as well.
What am I looking at?
The blue box on the floor down there. Be careful. No, that. So yeah, I actually got sent one as well. So from with compliments from Rails of Sheffield. And I got one as well. I'm really, really pleased with that. I keep meaning to show it off. It's not a stock item, so you can't just go out and buy them. But when I asked John in the interview, he did say that they were considering whether they would put out a general release version. Might be slightly different. Right. We're going to start showing the first of your videos that you've sent the URLs in to zoe@zoerobinson.com. So first up, I can see we've got Crossways Point Junction, and this is new on the fleet.
It's a 10-minute video, so we won't be showing all of it. But
no, we will get a flavour. And this looks like a Sutton Locomotive Works. Is that playing?
It is playing.
Sutton Locomotive Works Class 24.
I'm wondering whether they're photos. I'll jump it on a little bit. Oh,
no. There we go. So we've got the Daypol, I think it's Daypol, it could be the Bachmann actually, either 121 or 122. I have a feeling now that's a 121. I'm looking at the exhausts. And there's some really nice locos there. I'm trying to see, what's that, a 509... That's another class 24, but in pre-tops blue, I think. Just trying to read the number. Can't read the number, but some really great slow speed control on that. And look at the lighting functions. I did review the Daypol class 122 and 121, and one of the things that really struck me about those models is the number of different separately controlled lighting functions. It's probably one of the most the model that most utilizes the auxiliary out functions on DCC decoders, with because it's got directional lights, separately activated cab lights, so front and back cabs, and passenger compartment lights, and they're all on different function keys. Now both of those look like Sutton Locomotive Works class 24s, could be wrong, but certainly the one with the cab lights on, I think. And contrary to what the owner of the company was slagging me off on his Facebook page with his company account, I did actually like the SLW 24s. I thought the Bachmann models were really making up a lot of lost ground, but the SLW ones were really, really nice. This is the Daypol 122 in the livery that I was recommending to people. In fact, let's just grab it now from up here. Mind my big fat slurpy belly that's just hanging out there.
Your belly's slurpy? What are you talking about?
So I've got one of these. Look, everybody, I've got one as well. I love the livery. I have to say the livery really does it for me. There's just something about this livery which appeals to, it presses the same buttons that my I love pre-grouping liveries thing goes for as well. So it's just a really eye-catching livery.
You just like anything that's got lots of colours on.
But thank you very much, Crossway Point Junction, for sending this in. I'm going to move on because we've got lots and lots of videos, but it's really nice seeing some of those locos. They are all great locos, I must admit. So certainly you've got a great fleet coming together there. So we're going to look now to, let's see, who have we got here now? This is Henry's Transport Adventures and Beyond. And this is actually not a model railway, but this is a real railway, class 158 departing.
Is it a real railway, or is it just a really,
very good model?
Well done model?
Right, okay. So again, it's I know a lot of you guys are into the more modern image stuff. So certainly there's some really interesting bits and pieces going on here. You've just seen the ground frame behind there, and the sort of overgrown, unkept, almost disused track there as well, which somebody did ask me if I was going to do a video on that. So what I might do a video with a little diorama plank showing how to create disused, overgrown sidings. Might be quite a nice little one to do. Probably be in January. Right, Liam at New Mills Model Railway recommends Chasewater Railway Model Shop. Kev5565 says no shop at Doncaster, which is a shame considering its history. I have to say, actually, I thought Doncaster housed Tag Models, something like that. I've been to a model shop in Doncaster. Angus's Train says, Jenny, did you get the rocket open third? Yes, I did. Thank you very much to Brian at 247 Developments who sent this in. It's actually a really lovely model. I think this is better than the first class coaches that come with the rocket set, in my opinion. I just really love this model. I filmed a full review on that, and that's going to be not Wednesday this week, but Wednesday next week. We're looking to put that out. So next video, what have we got?
This is PVA J. Clough Allen at Buckland Junction, and he's making replicas of the Kentish Down tunnels. It's always interesting to see when people are building stuff that so closely mimics the real world, and a very distinctive shape. One thing I will say to you is that you're going to have to be very careful with your track clearances there.
Certainly very tall but narrow tunnel mouths. You can see very limited clearance. Always look, that is actually quite a detailed drawing showing how everything's going to fit together. I like the way you've got planned there. Track on different levels, you've got above and below, and really paying close attention to the topography. Now, topography, really great word. Write that down. We should use that in everyday conversation.
Is that from your word-a-day toilet paper?
But I love bridges, actually. Bridges are a great way of adding something, scratch building something to your layout. And so we've got some great bridges here. British Road Services, Cable Division. Gosh. Oh, and Ferodo brake pads. I remember there used to be... I'm sure there used to be a bridge, it's South Wales, I remember, that had Ferodo on. It seemed to be a thing. Ferodo advertised on so many bridges.
Well, he had to get his name out, because once he'd finished destroying the ring and saving Middle Earth, he had to find something else to do, you know? That was a really well-made bridge.
Big hello to
like
Mini
details.
Wistaston Junction, Steve M. Let's have a look.
Okay, are we moving on? Because that is amazing what he's done, and it's all scratch built. You can see how it's done by hand.
Hell McLean says it in Bridgend by McDonald's. So yeah, they are definitely out there still. Within Model Railway, interesting. I think that track planning is the most difficult part of the hobby. I have to say. All right, sorry.
Jen got really into talking about you guys and forgot to let me move on.
Thank you ever so much for that, PVHA cloth, Alan. Alan Reynolds.
I did jump into the middle of that one so it could get.
Oh, did we?
Stuff. But here's what he was making a replica of.
Let me just go. This is actually. I'm really interested to see this. This is the actual tunnel mouth.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it is a weird shape. I'm not sure of the exact story as to why it's that shape. But certainly that is a very, very distinctive tunnel mouth, it has to be said.
It really is.
Right, let's have a look. J.J. Williams, 1984, big hello to you. Giant Cane Toad, hi to you. Let's have a look. North End Sidings Model Railway says, my favourite bridge of all is Jeff Bridges. Oh dear.
Okay, we've got a newcomer to the club here.
So is this Matthew Hobbs? So this is Benson Road N gauge.
We do like a different gauge every now and again, don't we?
Yeah, right. So are you ready?
It is. And apparently that was Shakespeare Cliff tunnel mouths. That's what he was.
I'm gonna have to look. Oh, this is actually quite a nice little self-contained layout. And what this actually shows really, really well is that you don't need a huge amount of space to have a really nice, fun to operate model railway. This is N gauge, which is very, very good if you're very pressed on space.
The amount of detail he's got, I did not expect that to be N gauge.
It does, and you can see that there's a lot going on. There's the two sidings, but a lot of scenic stuff, a lot of buildings, and if you're really space starved, something like this is great. You can keep it on top of a wardrobe, under a bed when not in use, or even have a shelf dedicated to it. And it shows that really there's no excuse for not building a model railway.
If you want a railway, there's a size that will suit you.
Yeah, and it's kind of what we set out to do with Minith Tatis, which is bigger than it needs to be, but only because I wanted to accommodate the Hellion Manning Wardle. But yeah, you can have a continuous run model railway in a quite small space.
That is lovely, it really is.
Yeah, and there's a great variety of rolling stock here. So is that a 27 or I think it's a 26 or a 27? I like the flower bed you got there that says Benson on.
Yeah.
Really nice touch, and of course you used to see a lot of that on stations in days gone by.
You still do. When I was doing gardening at West Horton station before my hip went and my back went, we used to do an awful lot of stuff like that because it makes the place nice, you know.
And there's always time for a terrier there. I love the terriers, of course. The terrier is now available in N gauge, double O gauge, and O gauge. ready to run. So a big thank you for sending that in.
That was
I
so
enjoyed
good.
that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to show that you don't need a lot of space to have yourself a nice model railway.
Absolutely.
Although go
It's
down
only got
to
13 subscribers. Guys, I am going to put a link to this
you should
channel.
put a link to all of these.
I would
videos.
love to, but I haven't gone through them all, so I'll do that in a moment while we're doing the next one. So here is the Benson one that we've just shown.
Yeah.
And where's the button? There it is. So I will put the rest in when I can.
No worries. So again, don't forget you can send your videos in. Do mark them actually for the attention of the Monday Club is helpful in the title. It just helps us be able to find them. To Zoe at zoerobinson.com, and that's Zoe spelt the European way with no Y on the end. It's Zoe, not Zooey.
We have 11 more.
11 more. Well, let's crack on then. So it's always, I always love seeing other people's stuff. So we've got New Western Grove, Matthew Hobbs, Z Fantasy Trains. Michael Pollitt says, "Hi Jenny, how's the new bottle opener? Wine, beer, many ways to get loads."
You are going to love this.
This is alcohol free. I have to. Oh, this is live steam.
East Coast Steam says, "So you think a Mammoth can't pull?"
So really looking forward to this actually.
Yeah.
So this is actually quite a.
My goodness.
I'm impressed actually because the Mammoth that I've got really struggled. But that was on a gradient. But that, I mean, that's going like the clappers.
Oh wow!
This is fun, and there's a magic about Mammoths and live steam as well.
I do like Mammoths. My little Mammoth steam tractor is so much fun.
Yeah, and I just loved it when we set up that Mammoth steam locomotive on the circular track, and I sat in the middle.
I just have to say one thing, Jen. Garthian has sent us a message. He's ordered 2 more of your Stars books for his sister-in-law. Would it be possible for you to sign them for his sister-in-law?
Yes, I definitely can. Yes.
Yes, we'll do that.
We will sort that out, but thank you ever so much. Oh, sorry, yes. Thank you ever so much for your support. And don't forget, people, you can also still buy my books all over the house, books as well. We've got the comic collections. Volumes 1, 2 and 3. You've got The Life of Novelty Mouse Volume 1. Is Volume 2 of that out yet or not?
No, I'm still having to work on those.
But then there's my Stars book, Bringing Home the Stars, Twinkle Little Star. There's Long Summer of War, and there's the Faithful Rome, Faithful Rise, Faithful something or other.
Well, once the Faithful ran, roamed and rise.
Yeah, God, I forget.
The 3.
Because I wrote it as one book and then broke it into 3.
Because it's the Shibboleth Saga.
Yeah, the Shibboleth Saga. Class 05 says, "I've got an old Mammoth traction engine. Wonderful things." Oh, very much. New Western Grove says, "Once my model railway isn't some blue tack to an MDF board, I will show." Actually, what you'll see, we love seeing stuff at various different stages. Sorry, I've just seen in Intercity livery. Intercity Swallow Holden. I feel bad now actually because I think this was meant for last week and we ran out of time.
It was. We ran out of a lot of time there.
But this, I'm very interested. It's this Map the Dragon Railway. So if you want to make that full screen, this sadly carried over from last weekend. Sorry, not last Monday Club even. But this is somebody's actually done an Intercity liveried Holden. This is actually really great, and I now feel gutted that we ran out of time to show this last week because so much came in, but this is brilliant. So Map the Dragon Railways, thank you ever so much for doing this. This is going above and beyond the call and duty. Thank you. I'm so sorry that we weren't able to show that last week. So we've given it a thumbs up, and I think that's one definitely we need to share the link of as well. Class 05 asks, "Have you written anything about GMRC or BLR? As I'm sure they'd make an interesting read." Actually, yes, I have. I've done stuff for magazines, so you can read about. Are you all right there?
No, my hip's gone.
Ooh, is there anything I can do to help you?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, I don't know what to suggest. The cupboard monkey's like falling apart here.
Yeah.
And I've lost the receipt, so I can't take it back.
It's one of the reasons why, like I said, I had to stop with the doing the West Horton Railway because I just can't do it. I keep pulling my back and pulling my hip. And I'm just getting on, man. It's not fair. Oh. Right. I'm sorry. Can you jump back to whatever you're doing and hold the show for a bit? I've got to try and walk this back in.
No worries. So, you're absolutely welcome, Matt the Dragon Railway. North End Sidings Model Railway. There's Intercity Steam. Definitely. I think it really did suit that locomotive.
Would that be Intersteamy?
Ruben Ashwell says that looks pretty cool. But yeah, sorry. Have you written anything about GMRC or BLR? I'm sure they make an interesting read. Yes. For Biggest Little Railway, there's an article printed in BRM, so British Railway Modelling magazine. They will have back issues. They are out there, so do check that out. And with regards to GMRC, I'm trying to think. I don't think I wrote an article per se. Stefan Nielsen, who was on our team, wrote an article for Model Janusvag's Magazinet. I didn't write it. He actually wrote that because he was on the team. But that's in Swedish. There will undoubtedly be articles. Railway Modeler probably has loads. But I never wrote anything about that. There's a lot of behind the scenes stories. We did put out some videos showing some of the behind the scenes of filming. So you can catch up with that and a lot of the photos as well. Whilst the cupboard monkey's not here, I'm going to remove Sweeties from my train. Yeah, so if you check out my channel, there's those going back. We've got 334 people in the stream. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't already done so. What else have we got coming in here? Hell McLean suggests that the cupboard monkey get some gaffer tape. Somerset Andy says, Jenny and Zoe very kindly sent me their books. Fantastic and great cartoon work. Mike and Sue Putnam Junction says, only just finished reading Knobty Mouse. Excellent. Darren Mole says, Jenny, why not write a model train book? The Cupboard Monkey keeps asking for me to, but I have to say, it's one of those things that I never quite get round to it. Ickham Road, hi to you, says, hope you're okay, Zoe. Oh, she will be. She'll walk it back in. Class 05 says, always break just out of warranty. In all seriousness, hope you're all right. Yeah, she'll walk it back in. It's okay. Garthian says, I feel for you, Zoe. I did my back in 2016. 7 broken vertebrae, still in constant pain to this day. I broke my L3 vertebrae, which is down near the bottom somewhere. My back's never been the same since then. I was quite lucky. I mean, you might say, lucky, you broke your back. And yeah, I was in hospital for quite some time, and I was unable to actually work or anything for about 5.5 months. But lucky insofar as I wasn't left paralysed, so I am quite thankful for that. Right, Banford Junction asks, have you got a 153? I don't, it has to be said. I don't have a class 153, but I do know a lot of people do say it's a very, very good model. Mark Holt says, I feel Zoe's pain. My hip used to pop out regularly. Very painful. John PW22 says, I take glucosamine and chondroitin. Or is that I don't know how you pronounce that, but it says works miracles for my back and hips. Amory Junction says Railway Modeler did a whole mag on the GMRC. Oh yes, there was the tie-in magazine. Forgot about that.
Yeah, you're in it.
Stephen Cameron says laptop's running out of juice. Got to go. Ta-ta for now. It's been great having your company, and don't forget as well that this stream goes up as a full video on YouTube after it finishes, so you can catch up with any bits that you've missed and indeed rewatch any bits that you want to. Mark Holt says, did trains have brake vans directly behind the loco like Jenny is doing, or is she following rule 1? Now occasionally there would be reasons for it. If a train had to be reversed somewhere en route, then sometimes what they would do is they would marshal a brake van at either end so that they didn't have to run the brake van around. Excuse me. Also, if there were any propelling moves, occasionally it may be convenient to have a brake van, because if they were propelling, say, over a level crossing, they would need a brake van at the far end if that became the front of the train for, say, reversing it into a works. Shotton Paper Mill is one such location where that did occur, and they actually kept a brake van there especially for the job, which the workers in the paper mill, when it was kept at the end of the siding inside the paper mill to stop the local scroats from setting fire to it, as I believe they did one of the previous vans, they actually used it as a smoking hut because it was warm. It had a stove in. Right. New Junction says, time for a new cupboard monkey. Get your applications in, folks. Oh, well, New Junction, thank you ever so much for volunteering. It'll be great to have you in here. Now, don't forget that you have to know how to make lasagna, how to speed dial pizza at a moment's notice, and how to annoy me with where's the finger of Ultimate Doom. And you have to basically know how to do some finger action as well. So that didn't come out right.
No, not
Big
quite.
hello to Roxham Junction. Peter Leyland says, I watched Ivor the Engine whilst eating my fish finger butties for dinner today. I remember this in the 70s when at school. Gwian Rhys Davies says, was that DOA or just a DOA? Duchess of Atholl, yes. Duchess of Atholl is actually on the van train going round, so definitely it is there, and it's the Hornby 001. It's got a really good adhesion. Lots of people are actually having aches and pains, so you're not alone, Cupboard Monkey.
It's the weather.
Right, Thomas Whittington, hi to you as well. Class 05 says, I assume by the thumbnail that you have the 1012D. How do you find it? I've had some problems with one of mine, but the other is fine. I have two of them. We actually got three here at the moment, but two were featured in the review with me handling them. A third one turned up afterwards, which is a shame it's not able to be in the review because it actually has working headlights. I was very impressed by it. But I found them to be amazing locomotives. The review is filmed, and that will be this Wednesday's video, just to let you know. So
that's the one I've got to make after this.
Yeah, Philip Page has sent in the next video, and I think this is themed for this week's episode. So this is the Kitchen Railway Company.
Always a good one.
Monday Club Steam Loco Fest. Now, I see you've got the King in the rail blue. But that's School's Class.
And that's a TARDIS.
School's Class with correctly coloured Southern Region Mark 1s by the look of it. Is that actually a TARDIS or just a little crossing keepers thing?
I don't know, but it's blue.
Is that the ferry at Cairn Ryan?
Wow.
Back of my mind is saying that's Cairn Ryan on the screen there. I could be wrong. No, it isn't. That's on the Isle of Wight. That's Ryde on the Isle of Wight, Shanklin Pier. Gosh, that's an old video because it must be because it's got the hover speed.
That's me the hokey cokey.
Oh, hokey cokey cokey.
It's the only song that you can think of where you immediately change the entire theme of it just by pronouncing it differently.
Simon Trains MRS says, be right back. Have to do a mad dash at Birmingham New Street, off one train and onto another. Good luck. My word. Garthian says, the nuclear flask train to Transfynydd in North Wales had brake vans at both ends, was propelled from Blaenau Festiniog onwards. So yes, there is actually precedent.
All the chat says they love this layout.
Yeah, it's always really, really good.
Since when has the chat automatically told us when someone buys the mugs? My goodness, thank you so much.
Where's it said that?
We just had a pop-up saying someone just bought Monday Club mug, dark green.
Oh my word!
Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. Who's bought the person who's bought the merchandise mugs. So don't forget as well that you can, and they've got a variety of different colours, but this is the Monday Club mug. It's got the JK logo on one side, and on the other it says Jenny Railways Monday Club.
And that's the one just bought. Was it you?
Oh yes, quick delivery. But they're available in it's about eight or 10 different colours, something like that. But always good. Thank you very much for supporting the channel by buying the goodies.
I always love this layout because it's just so much fun.
With
There's a dinosaur and everything. It's great.
Yeah, and all the little figures and stuff. And those cable drums always remind me of the Hornby 00 ones. It's a 2MT, I've at 2MT. Richard Swiderski says it is a police box. Right, interesting. Philip Page says it was Southampton on that screen.
Okay, can you jump back?
I can do. So thank you ever so much for showing us that. Really great to see. You're putting the link's just going into the chat.
I always love the kitchen railway. It's
great.
And
Pete Clark definitely. Scroll down, merch at the bottom.
Yeah, it should. If you're watching on YouTube, which you probably are, it will be just underneath the description box.
Definitely, and also don't forget that you can also buy our books, not from the merch at the bottom.
I wish we could link them in, but we can't.
Oh, can't we?
No. It's just you can only do certain merch things like Teespring, which is what we use.
Fair enough. But I'm sure somebody will post a link for the books. Big hello to
that's all you need.
Big hello to Not Lobia Model World. Quick flying visit to say hello. I thought I mentioned we showed earlier on. I'm just going to show it you in the box. I'm not going to take it out again. But Les, this is your Hellion Manning Wardle. Just thought I'd mention.
She's keeping it safe.
Keeping it warm.
And if you want to see it in one piece.
Right. Let's have a look. Gronkston Model Railway. I ordered some Gronk clothing off your website shop last week. Oh, thank you very much.
We just had a very silly idiot come in. Apparently, their only thing they wanted to say was "You're gay, you're gay, you're gay."
Were they?
Our gay what?
Yeah.
What about our gay?
Yeah. Anyway, right. Mark Holt says only 50% of people have tickled the like button. So don't forget to tickle the like button and also share the stream as well. Let everybody know that they are more than welcome, even if they do want to come into the chat and tell everybody they're gay or whatever it was they were doing.
Hey, if you want to come out, we'll support you. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, just remember, closets are for clothes. Fabulous clothes.
Apparently Siri is asking if we want to come out, okay?
Ooh. Z Fantasy Train says Jenny is our talk show host that has guest railways for us to enjoy. It's better than TV. Oh, I remember.
Oh, people enjoy it.
Definitely. Oh, well, thank you ever so much.
It makes us so happy that you actually enjoy the show.
And I always feel honoured that you guys are happy to share your videos with us. I think it's about... It's what we always said at the start. It's about the community feel. I think it's really important. And I know how hard it is to build up a YouTube channel. So I always like to give other people a leg up wherever I can. I think it's very, very important. Right, we've got the next video is from Tim.
It's one of our regular
one of the regulars,
Tim Condrup.
And I see, is that a city of Truro?
No, it says in the title, Jen, City of London.
Oh, I've got
GWR. It's a test run.
Oh, I've got that one as well. So this is from Tim Condrup, and this is a lovely model from Bachmann. I've got that exact same model actually. It's a really nice locomotive. Now, I've got two. I've got City of Birmingham in the wartime khaki livery, which came as part of the ambulance set, from what I remember. But I love this livery. It's very ornate, and it is a proper period 2 pre-grouping livery. It predates the 1923 grouping. GWR can be a bit of a minefield because obviously it was the only company that persisted at the grouping. All of the others were amalgamations and got a completely new name, but the Great Western Railway absorbed other lines, like most notably the Cambrian railways. But it's a really nice model from Bachmann. I think it was one of the first 440s to be brought out by them in like modern spec. I'm trying to think if they did one before it.
Jen, can I just ask a quick question?
What?
Is it the lighting, or is that train actually made of metal?
There'll be metal parts and plastic parts.
It's just it looks like it's so shiny and
shiny.
as if you could pick it up and feel metal. You know.
But it's definitely a really lovely locomotive. Do you want to push it forward a little bit and let's get to where it's running? So you've posted the link. Oh, of course, the smokebox door opens. And I didn't actually know that with mine.
Here we go. Power on. Power extreme.
I didn't actually realise that the smokebox door opened on a lot of these models until somebody said for me to check. And it's not just the city class. There's a few others that do it. I always love that Great Northern and Southern, the Railway Children 57XX Pannier. I think that livery is lovely. It's one that I sort of missed out on, but I'd love to get one, but it's simply a case of I can't afford everything. So much nice stuff.
I don't think anyone can afford everything.
Yeah, Garthian says the running plate is die-cast metal, but the body is plastic.
Right, it all looks metal to me. It looked like it was entirely die-cast.
Yeah.
Just very good paintwork then. Oh, these sweeties are too nice.
Mark Holt says, can someone put up Map the Dragon Railways link and he'll get one more like? It has already been posted in the chat.
I'll have to find it.
Right.
Okay, can you switch back?
Darren Mould says, love the stream. Thank you. Love the show. Very good. Thank you ever so much. It does mean a lot to us. And it's just great hanging out on a Monday with you guys. So, we have got... How many more have we got? We're going to try and get through these because I know we had a lot carried over from last week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
Oh, are they coming in faster than we can show?
Possibly only 5. Because one guy sent 2 things in. They may be different, they may not. I don't like to show 2 from the same person on the same stream, you know? So we might hold one over. What's this? The Aylesmead project? So, what have we got here?
Devon Diesel Society.
This is from Grongston Model Railway. I believe he's in the chat.
Aha, yes he is. So, Grongston Model Railway. Right, you're up now. So,
my knee is gone again. I'm just in the walls today. It's terrible.
Oh gosh, it's Oh, right. It's the ECOS. This is
I recognise this. We've seen something like this before.
It's an interesting system. I've just recently bought an NC Power Cab system, but I'm always interested to see other brands of DCC controllers, and some of these are really quite sophisticated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we've seen this one before. We commented on we like the weathered ballast, but the track actually looks hand built. That is really nice.
It is. Look at all that stuff that's in the things as well. That's
yeah.
done by hand.
There are a lot of detailing in those wagons, and the weathering. Really liking this. I love that track weathering. Is Grongston in the chat? I'm just very curious. Actually, is that
he was earlier on? Yes, he is. He's here.
I'm curious. Is that?
It says it's all Pico track.
Is it? Because it looks really great. It's. Have you done something to improve sleeper spacing? It just looks like proper hand-built track. It really is nicely done. I'm guessing it's code 75. Daz in 1977 says, I know never said hi, but been watching from start. Better than TV. Oh, thank you very much. It's O gauge. Right, I'm with you.
And Mark Holtz has an interesting comment. If this is the Diesel Society from the SDR, they do a great Rails and Ale festival. Don't tell Jen, you should be down there like a shot.
It's the detail on this is really great.
It's so good.
The ballasting is amazing.
I'm going to jump on a little bit.
I tip my hat to you, sir, because the ballasting and weathering is so well done. That kind of grime that you've got going on there really does work well.
Even when you get close down, it looks real.
Yeah, really nicely done. I do love O gauge. It can be a bit expensive. You obviously need a lot of space.
Just go see if we can move on to some. Here we are, different little bits.
Ah, right. So this is so it's like a little path at the side, and the back scene as well. Actually, there's some really nice stuff on there because you've got the suggestion of the bushes and stuff.
Not just that, but look at how low down the back scene is. So this railway is up high.
Yeah. Right. Obviously, we've put a link in the chat,
Yeah,
so you'll be able to
Bronson
watch.
says he's more than happy to talk about how he does the weathering. So maybe you can get him on a chat sometime.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Nice.
I mean, I do. If I want real like oily grime, say in a station or where a locomotive often sits, I actually use Humbrol number 85, washed down with.
Wash down with sneezes.
Yeah, washed right down with white spirit, and you just sort of paint it in and then thin it down, splurge it on, and it looks like oil and sludge. It's one way of doing stuff. Right.
Oh my goodness.
Ben's Valley Railway says SpaceX officially announced SN8 test flight tomorrow. What's
I
that?
am going to be watching that.
Guion Reese Davies loves Hour Gauge. Who doesn't? I love that shed as well. But the weathering that you've got on all of the stock really does look good. I like you've got your diesel refueling point, and Digitrain Stay Alive. Stay Alives are great. I approve of Stay Alives.
Stay alive.
Yeah, okay,
Stay
come on,
alive.
Cupboard Monkey. Come on, behave yourself.
Do I have to?
I love that diesel refueling point as well at the back there. That is really nice.
It's such a nicely detailed.
You've got some quality locomotives here. I mean, I'm not into the privatisation period, but Class 33, I mean, in O gauge, these are lovely models. I'm guessing, is that a Hellion? Really, really nice. I love the weathering on the track, has to be said.
Map the Dragon Railway is thanking everyone who's subscribed to his channel. Okay, shall we move on? Oh, my hip has gone again. It's a lovely.
I like the inside. I mean, look at the detail on this, and with the figures, the way that they're posed, it really brings life to a layout.
It really does.
So you can see there, it's like captured in a moment of activity, and it looks like a moment of activity, if that makes sense. But this really is a lovely model, but we're going to crack on. I'm just looking at the time, so thank you ever so much for sending that in. And
while I'm bringing up the next one, we've got a question. New Western Grove says, what would you recommend for puddles? I want to use real water for lakes, but I don't know what to use for puddles.
See, real water doesn't scale, because when you make everything smaller down to 00 or N or O gauge, water molecules don't get smaller. So water doesn't really work in model form. But I really like the Deluxe Materials solid water, which is like a casting resin. You mix it up. In fact, we're going to be talking about that. If you watch this Friday's video, excuse me, I talk about doing water effects. So I think what I'll say to you is check out this Friday's video on the channel, showing you how to do like wet stuff, little ponds, puddles, streams, rivers, pools and waterfalls. We've got all of that coming up. Right. Digger Evans Model Railway, big hello to you. Ham Shackleton suggests puddles, clear varnish, thin coat. Yeah, if you go down, varnish does work really well, but again, thin coats, otherwise it might wrinkle and go a bit weird. So
Yeah,
just
you
build
don't
it
want
up
that.
over several layers rather than trying to do it all in one go.
Okay, this one I can't really zoom in too much.
Right, oh, this looks nice.
But if you want to bring it up, it would be rather interesting.
Oh, well,
because I'm just bringing
have
up
you
what
got
it
some,
is.
so you can tell us what we're
Yes,
looking at?
this is from Ben Powell, and he sent over a bit of text with it. Hopefully this link for a photo should be acceptable. It's a scratch-built 009 version of the Tender Mallet from Stafford Barn Railway.
Oh, right.
Scratch-built from brass and running on a Minitrix 0440 chassis.
That is lovely. Absolutely lovely.
That is really, really well done.
I love that. I mean, I'm getting into 009 at the moment, and the engineering that's gone into making that, and if you'd have said to me, oh, that's from such and such a manufacturer, I'd have believed you. That has been so well made. And you've got some really lovely straight lining as well. Lining can be quite difficult to do in model form.
Yeah, really.
That is really nicely done. So thank you ever so much for sending that in.
I'll put that link straight into the chat.
So yeah, there's a link there.
And it's a Flickr link as well, because that's just a picture.
So it should be visible to all.
Yes.
Brilliant. Right.
Have we just seen this?
I think we've just seen that. Gronkston Model Railways. Yeah, we've seen Gronkston Model Railways.
I get confused sometimes. So we've got 2 left.
Actually, Gronkston Model Railways sent us 2 videos, so I think there's like an updated video as well. But we've already shown it, so what we'll do is, if you want to watch any of the other videos from Gronkston Model Railways, then do check out the channel. We posted a link in the description. This next one is from Cooper and District Model Railway Club. Thank you ever so much for sending this in. So we're just going to make this full screen. I'm really loving
I
that.
like these colours. This is amazing.
Again, it's the building up, the colours and the textures of the grasses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. Is that one of the Hornby magazine diesel brake tenders I see there as well in the background? Oh, I love an A4. I really do. Probably, if you said to me, what's your favourite type of locomotive? I'd probably say A4. Lovely locomotive, but some lovely track work here as well. The ballasting and the weather, the very, very light weathering, but it just gives you that nice, realistic look to the ballast. Really nicely done.
We've got an interesting question here from Jennifer Cady.
Uh-huh.
Why is wheel quartering on steam trains so difficult? And is that... Oh, I've lost the question now. Sorry. And is there anywhere that shows how to do it? I have a QI Southern Loco and needs resetting.
Basically, you kind of have them set, from memory, it's approximately 45 degrees apart from each other. So if you set all of one side to match each other, and then the other side, you need to set it 45 degrees from what the other side's doing, and then effectively you're getting this motion. I don't know whether you can see that. If you have them at 90 degrees, it doesn't work. They will bind. If you have them going together, they will bind and not work. So you have to have, I think it's around 45 degrees. But this is a really nice model.
This is from a club, isn't it?
It is, yes.
We need to organise a visit.
Yeah,
you would love it.
It's up in, is it Cooper Angus? And is it Fife?
Well, if you set off now, you'll get there.
Oh, I've got that same tractor. It's a lovely tractor. But the scenery is really nicely done. I love that.
The way they've done the mud path
and the river.
That river is amazing. It's got waves and all sorts.
This is really nice.
Oh my goodness.
So thank you ever so much for sending this in. I like your turntable as well. This is a really, really nice layout actually. So Cooper and District Model Railway Club. I'm not sure if Bob is watching tonight, but I will pass on his comments. So thank you ever so much for sending us this.
I'm just seeing the river again on the replay on the monitor. It's amazing.
Oh, I like the coaling plant as well. And these angles.
Yeah, you love your angles to make it look like you're in it.
Yeah, it immerses you into the model. It's really, really nicely done. And I do love those Bachmann 16-ton mineral wagons. Can't get enough of them. If you ask me what my favourite wagon is, I'd probably say the 16-ton mineral wagons. Such a nice little scene there. And there's the bridges as well.
It just looks real.
Yeah.
It's the blue and the blue tint to that back scene. Because it's slightly blued, it looks far away.
Well, look, there's a guy on that little island in the middle. How did he get there without getting wet feet?
Probably didn't get there.
Oh, I like that bridge. With a Hellion Class 5. They are a really smooth running locomotive.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, really, really keen attention to detail on the angles. So it really immerses you into the model.
if that tree didn't have a groove down it and it had been slightly curved, that would have looked so real.
Well, like the way you've also painted on the telegraph poles onto the back seat.
Oh,
So you remove the problem of what do you string them with by actually having them on the back seat. There's lovely rocks there as well.
It looks brilliant. It really does.
And you've got the working. Are they the daypole signals? You can see the flickering of the LED. Oh, I love an A4. And again, that's the Daypole BZ 6-wheel brake, Stania 6-wheel brake. That was done for Ian Allen Publishing quite a while back now. Union of South Africa. I don't have that one. Oh, and it's moored at the front there, the North British J26. Oh, I must actually look into investing in some of the Daypole signals, the semaphore signals. They do look really, really nice.
Okay, shall we move on? Because we have gushed over this song.
We have.
Oh my goodness, those rocks.
Yeah. Thank you ever so much for sending this. I'm really enjoying this. Have we posted a link in the description box?
I will in a moment.
So, really enjoying this. It's a lovely layout. So much going on, so much detail. Oh, we're getting a nice overview here. So the overviews are really nice.
And it gives you a real impression of the scale on it.
Gosh, you've actually made really great use of the space in there. It's really filled the room.
Yeah.
And there's so much. That is really nice. Right, we're going to move on now for the next video.
Okay, I'll put the link in the comments as well. Just grab that. So,
Darren Mulder asks, Jenny, what's the best wire for DCC bus wire? You get a somewhat thicker gauge copper wire. Multi-strand is probably the best. You can buy stuff from people like DCC Concept specific bus wire, or you can just make sure you get something like I'm not sure of the precise diameter. I do have some quite thick wire here somewhere, which is what I use for like major bus wires. But
okay, our final thing. Sorry, go on.
Most wire should work. I never get het up too much about the gauges of wire. I just use whatever's close to hand. Thicker is probably better. Don't go stupidly thick, but if in doubt, just pick the thickest wire you've got. Right. What's the
final
next
thing? It's from, I believe it's Logan Clary.
So Logan
it's
Clary.
a photo from the Monday Club.
Okay, so
and
I'm going to bring that
up.
up.
Festive photo.
Oh yes, with the BR double arrow.
Yes.
Put on into the
into the frosting.
Mist, yeah, the mist on the window. Oh.
So since it's a festive one, we need to have a song.
What, Jingle Bells, Batman
Christmas.
Smells, Robin
We wish you a Merry
laid an egg.
Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, I was going to like Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg.
We three kings from Leicester Square, selling knickers a penny a pair. They're fantastic, no elastic, all our bums are bare.
No,
we used to sing that at school.
No, we had a slightly different version. It was like, we three kings of Orient are, one in a taxi, one in a car, one on a scooter, beeping his hooter.
Following yonder star.
Yeah, right. Peter Leyland says there is also a quartering tool available to buy. So
could you jump us back to the main video?
Oh, right, yes, sorry.
Thank
right, Richard Swiderski says, very nice Christmas layout. Ham Shackleton says, don't use single core wire or bell wires. It's prone to fatigue and snapping inside the plastic cover, and it's a real pain to find it. Definitely, yeah, it's like I say, always go for the multi-strand, but certainly thicker is probably better.
Okay, Simon Trains MRS says, will there be a Christmas special for the channel? You will have a
yes,
nice
on Christmas Day. It's a Friday, isn't it?
You'll have a nice Christmas message, but
yes.
We're not doing a special. We're just doing.
Yeah, we're not doing anything live, but we will record.
We want a chance to.
Yeah, because we'll be doing like a family day. We'll actually be with family, making the most of Christmas Day. But we will record a special Christmas Day video. So we need to set up and actually do that. So there'll be a Christmas message from me. and kind of an overview of the year. But we're also planning on doing things like models, favourite models of the year, top fives, that kind of thing. So that there's going to be a lot of content coming out over Christmas. We're going to keep up the schedule. We've actually already filmed a lot of stuff. So we're actually doing all right, but I'm looking at the time. We've gone past the top of the hour. It's been great having your company. Thanks very much for choosing to hang out with us here on the Monday Club. We've gone over a little bit of the news, and thank you again, you guys. Last week, those of you who donated on the Super Chat for getting the J70, that will be getting reviewed. We'll see that review not the Wednesday that's about to come, but the Wednesday afterwards. We're going to have a full review on that. Really looking forward to reviewing my first ever Rapido Trains locomotive. And my first impressions are pretty good, so spoiler alert. Also, a big thank you to Brian at 247 Developments for sending over one of the new Hornby, Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class coaches. Really impressed with that. I filmed a full review, and that is going to be next week's... so this is not next week, but the week after. But next week's is... So this is how far ahead we are.
She works me to the bone, you know.
Yeah,
guys.
next week's Wednesday video is this. The one that's about to come is the Baldwin video from Bachmann, and also Minith Tatis, the Welsh-themed 009 layout. We're getting near the end of that build. I've actually filmed the end of the build, but
the end of the build as we know it.
Yeah. Right. Well, stop it! Stop messing about. Oh no! Wait a minute. You've got it now. But there's a full video on doing the water effects, so do tune in for that. It's actually a really good video. I'm really looking forward to getting that out there as well myself. Really pleased with it. So I'll give you some great clues on
my goodness,
if you want to do.
Tim says George B did a super chat before the live stream.
Oh, did he?
I haven't got that. It doesn't go back that fast. So
Thank
you so much.
Thank you very much to George. Was that George Botterini?
Apparently, we've had a fair amount. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
and it didn't pop up.
I'm afraid it hasn't told us who's donated on Super Chat, but there is £37. So I'm just.
And it doesn't go back. The stream doesn't go back.
I'm really sorry. If can anybody remember who actually?
Yeah.
It was George Botterini.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my word! And we completely.
George, I am so sorry. It didn't tell us.
George Botterini, thank you ever so much for the $50. We simply didn't see that. It didn't tell us. So really sorry about that. We're going to have to make a note, and we'll mention that first thing on the Monday video. Do we have a contact detail for him?
No.
So look, George, if you're still watching this, or if you watch this on the rerun, thank you ever so much for that immensely generous donation on the Super Chat.
Oh my goodness.
And I should probably also check as well to make sure. Some people use the paypal.me link, so I just want to check so that I can thank anybody who may have sent anything through that.
Oh my! I'm speechless.
I'm really sorry, George. We didn't see
not
that.
To have seen it.
It simply didn't tell us, which is a shame. Why is this? No, I'm just checking to see if.
Oh my goodness! Oh, guys.
Right, that's fine.
George Botterini is here though, so he has seen the thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much, George. That is incredibly generous of you. I've just accidentally dropped out of the stream.
It's because it happened before the stream was live. I can't even see it. Yeah, and other people didn't notice either. My goodness.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's one of those things. I think if it went up before we joined the stream, then we wouldn't necessarily see. But thank you ever so much for that. But anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. Of course, we will be back here next Monday. Don't forget that you can check out the Facebook page as well, the Jenny Monday Club Facebook page, and we'll be putting a poll up tomorrow if I can remember, or a little bit later in the week, and we'll be picking a theme for next week. But you don't have to produce a video that sticks to the theme. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
We're always grateful to receive your videos. Send them to Zoe@zoerobinson.com. If you put for the Monday Club in the title. That really, really does help us find them in amongst the detritus that is the Cupboard Monkeys emails. But look, you guys take great care of yourself. It's been an honour to hang out with you. Happy modelling.
It has been wonderful.
Stay safe. And this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying take care. Bye for now.
Good night, guys.
Don't forget as well, tickle the like button if you haven't already tickled it. And subscribe if you want to catch up with more videos on the channel. We are still here.